Welcome everybody to another Africa vlog. Today we are focusing on exploring Botswana because we've now left Kruger and then proceeded to drive onwards to our bush camp, which is actually located on the edge of Limpopo River, which is the natural border between South Africa and Botswana. During our pit stops from our very long travel time, we were able to frequent some of the shops, and one of my boyfriend and I's favorite activities to do while we're abroad is to compare prices of things.
So we're in a Botswanese supermarket after the border crossing and we're just checking out the meat, and it's so cheap.
So that chuck is about 20 pula, which is just over £1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then the big horse is just under £3.
So I thought that would be an interesting tidbit to insert into these vlogs, just to do a bit of a reality check, as it were, because a lot of these countries are super underrated, but actually so reasonable and cost effective to live in. Okay, we arrived at Gumarami Gorge. We're in a chalet.
It's a lovely chalet, actually.
We have a private chalet for us too, and it's got a balcony here. We're just going to do a quick room tour because it looks amazing. So we have an outdoor barbecue. We've got a seating area for a cheeky cigar. This is our view of the gorge and the valley. So we've got the mirror, vanity, beautiful bed, nice big bed.
Oh my god, shower.
Nice kitchen area. Now the bathroom area. Oh, it's got a hairdryer so we can wash our clothes finally. And a huge shower. So there is an abundance of bird life here. We actually captured some on camera when we were exploring our accommodation, which we were very pleasantly surprised about because up until this point we had been staying predominantly in campsites. Like I mentioned in the previous vlog, we'd had this whole travel itinerary organized by Intrepid Travel. You have that onboard chef who honestly produced the best meals, and honestly for what you get in terms of the itinerary as well, for the price point, it's incredibly reasonable and it just takes the stress out of planning. We've gotten changed, done some washing, and we're now coming out of our little chalet. Oh, it is very nice. I'm going to try and have some lunch before we go for our hike. And then we went onwards to our activity of the day, which was a guided hike through the beautiful National Heritage Site of Gumarami Gorge. So this site had some beautiful river streams that carved deep gorges into the hills. So we got to stop off at some beautiful waterfalls. We got to see lots of the natural wildlife that call the gorge its home, such as the vultures. We also saw some rock rabbits, as well as some monkeys. And for those among us that had the foresight to bring a water bottle, we filled up on the amazing fresh water that was available from the river streams. Then after that, we all jumped in our African taxi, which I'm sure health and safety in the West are vehemently shaking their heads to, but it was so much fun. And then we made our way to an early dinner and a good night's rest. Early the next morning, we made our journey from Palapai, which is where our chalet was located, to Nata, which also happens to be on the edge of the Magadi salt pans. It's actually one of the largest salt flats in the world.
Much later.
Yummy chicken licking. I can't believe we finally got it.
So we finally managed to get our hands on chicken licking. Yay, claps, because we wanted some in SA and we didn't have time. So we've got some sort of family meal, I think, with some drinks and there's some hot chicken. Let's have a look at the chicken. Oh, it's different from like the KFC type in the UK. So the breading looks a lot thinner. And all of this cost, drum roll please, £50, £10 and 9p. How? So what do we think about the chicken?
It's really good. It's really flavorful.
Let's see it.
It's not super oily.
So we are currently in a super spa supermarket. We're just getting some snacks, checking out the local offerings and prices. And what can you tell us about the prices compared to the UK or just the West?
They say, food is scarce in Africa, but clearly not.
No.
If it is scarce, then it'd be expensive. This pack of mints, just over £1.
£1.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah. So it's 17 pula to the pound.
Yeah.
So that's 20. Yeah. So that's about.
That's incredible.
£10. Similar.
Wow. Got
This is under. So chakalaka mince, 80p, more or less.
TP for that.
750 grams of T-bone mince.
Wow.
Is 88, so roughly, about £6.
And this is a spa as well. Like, you could get fancier, but this is just the basic price. That's amazing. And look at the colors. Beautiful.
Eventually.
And of course, we've just expedited what was many hours of traveling on the overland vehicle. So after we'd got out and reached our destination, we had some time to explore our new lodge, which was also an incredible stay. You'll see the room tour imminently. We're at Nata Lodge. We're checking out our accommodations, and our humble abode is number 10. It looks pretty big, to be honest.
I mean, it's a house.
It is a house. This is not a tent. Tent implies canvas. Lights on. Wow, there's an indoor bath, and I believe there's a shower outside. These are sink amenities. Toilet. I believe this must be the outdoor shower. Yes, and you can shower underneath the stars, which is so cool. Then this is our bed. Wow. And we have, I guess, mosquito nets, isn't it? Or curtains for mosquito. And it's a 4-poster bed. And then we have some chairs and a seating area, a desk, and our beautiful balcony. Yes, we could have a cigar out here.
And for my cigar aficionados out there, we indulged in the La Aurora 1495 series cigar. We bought a Churchill at the South African cigar shop. This is a New World cigar that is actually a blend of 6 different tobaccos from 5 different countries. And this was a beautiful mild smoke. It's very sweet on the nose, but then it's actually quite smoky, spicy, and the flavor actually evolves to something a little bit more medium bodied the more you smoke it. And while it would have been lovely to stay in the lodge and just have a nice relaxing afternoon, we did actually have an organized tour to the Nata Bird Sanctuary, which I'm not going to lie, I had high hopes for, because being a bird sanctuary, I was expecting to see a lot of migratory birds and animal species. Alas, during that time, there wasn't really many apart from the odd ostrich and vulture, so a little bit disappointing. I would have actually preferred to have gotten the rest in the beautiful lodge. There were plenty of wildebeest around to lift our spirits and make us chuckle, especially the forever alone wildebeest that clearly did not luck out during the mating season. To wrap up the evening, we actually headed to a prime spot on the salt pans to watch the sunset while having a few beverages. A very wholesome end to a very busy day. After that, we made our way back to the lodge where our onboard chef had actually cooked up a storm for us. I think we were having braai. We had some much needed shut-eye before our next day's travel to our final destination on the Intrepid Travel tour, and that was Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. But before I end the vlog, I had to of course include clips of the Botswanese elephants that were roaming around the country, because Botswana is actually home to over half of the world's elephant population. With our luck, we had to come across the family that just weren't having it and actually decided to do a mock charge. So I'm going to play some of the raw footage for you.
Tapping of the ears. That's a warning. Snake will attack you. Warning that you are too close. They don't just attack. Most animals.
Our tour guide is actually explaining what's going on, which is very informative.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh. She's not messing around. She's like warning you.
It's a warning that if you are walking, if you are on a walk, it happens like that. You need to retreat. I see the flapping of ears there. That's normal. That's just it's not the mock charge one. Normally when they just flip ears like that, it's because they are cooling down their body. There's thousands of veins with the young ones. As big as they are, no human can outrun it.
What did you see?
They eat grass, they eat the leaves, they eat parts of the tree, fruits. They've got a very, very poor digestive system.
That was everything in this video. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.